And I know that your intention from your heart is to be a good person. Sometimes though, when we try to get to know someone too quickly, it backfires. Hi everyone, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and welcome to another Super Motivational Friday. I have a question for you, friends. How many of you have ever been somewhere, whether it's at work, or maybe it's a social setting, and there's that aggressive talker that either won't shut their mouth, or you feel like they're violating your personal space? Has that ever happened to you? If it has, well, it's happened to many people in life. And I want to share with you some tactics on how you can get some more control. The first thing is, if you're meeting a stranger, for example, and you might say something to them like, you look great today. And you're probably saying, well, that's a great thing to say to people because, I mean it with the greatest intentions. You do. However, that person might have some psychological issues. And because of that, when you say the word great, they're going to see that as defensive. So a good thing to do might be to ask them, how's the weather? Or have a good day. But when you start to make a compliment about how they look, even though you think they might look great, you might actually be offending that person. In fact, you might be making that person feel so uncomfortable that they just want to get out of your space. All right. Let's suppose that maybe you're in a car. Could be Lyft, could be a limo. And when you're in that car, conversations usually should stay in the friendly zone. That means they shouldn't be asking you things like, am I taking you home? How are you doing today? Now, these might sound like very simple questions. However, they can piss off almost anybody. Perhaps you're on your way home, or maybe you're not on your way home, and the driver says to you, take you to your house, right? What are they gonna say after you say, well, no, I'm going to my partners, I'm going to my friends. So it gets you into a personal situation that you don't want to get to. Maybe they bring up a conversation that you don't want to talk to. And those are usually things like religion, politics, sex, or anything of that nature. Or maybe something that is going to tell you to change your life. They may not be open to that. So you as a driver and you as a passenger should be very respectful of that area. Thus, change the topic. Maybe it's about something they asked you and the driver doesn't know how to respond. So a good thing the driver can do without being hostile is just saying, how's the temperature in here? Would you like me to put on some music? When someone answers you in a short answer, okay, they're doing this because they don't want to volunteer additional information. I've said before that you can be polite, okay, and courteous, but then you can be friendly. There's a difference. If I ask you, what are you doing tonight? And if I say to you, I'm busy, I'm going out. Notice I didn't volunteer more information. If I would have said, yeah, I'm going out to this brand new steak restaurant and I can't wait to try it. Now that I've done that, that person may come back and say, hey John, I have been wanting to try that place too. Can I join you? The fact that I made that choice to include that information, I'm being friendly. But if you're just kind of getting to know someone, you're probably going to keep the conversation to short words. So if you have an aggressive talker or someone that's just trying to, let's say, be sociable with you, which I get, it's just that maybe you're not in that frame right now. And there's nothing wrong. You don't have to apologize for it. It's just respect where you are and respect where they are. Saying the wrong comment or even saying something as simple as, you look great tonight, or did you have fun dancing? Maybe the person actually wasn't dancing and maybe they hate dancing. Or maybe they broke up with their boyfriend or their girlfriend and you just opened up a can of worms. You see how you don't know these things? And I know that your intention from your heart is to be a good person. Sometimes though, when we try to get to know someone too quickly, it backfires. And you might be saying, well, I'm a good friendly person, I'm congenial. That's great. take it in small steps. Somebody says to you, hey, I was just wondering, what do you think about X? You can either say, I'm not sure, I have to think about it. But if they press you and say, oh, come on, you can tell me, that's someone who's really starting to borderline aggressiveness. And actually, this can get into a lot of different areas, which we won't cover in this video today. But know that you have control, and it's not rude to say to someone, I appreciate you asking me about my weekend and wanting to know what I'm doing. And I have a very big personal space bubble, and you're getting into that right now. Would you step back, or would you change the conversation for me? Because I'm feeling uncomfortable hanging out with you. See, these are things you can do. Avoid aggressive conversation. Now, they might seem like they're just trying to be friendly, but why does somebody have to rush friendship? I had someone one time and they said to me, hey, John, so when are we going to become great friends? Well, I don't know, we're just acquaintances now. Well, we've been hanging out for quite a while and we've been in school for a while. I get it. Let's just see what happens. When somebody has an agenda and is already expecting you to be their best friend, hang out with them, go to dinner, all kinds of stuff like this, and it could be platonic, non-platonic, you actually start to make them feel uncomfortable. You start to invade their space. So you can, number one, say to them, look, I was just wondering, what are you planning on listening to tonight? Change the topic. What do you think is going to happen with that hurricane? Stay away from politics, stay away from sex, stay away from anything that's going to get them to make drastic changes in their life. Stay away from religion. If they bring the topic up, so what do you think about our president and what they're doing? You know, I'm glad you brought that up, and I just haven't had the chance to really follow what's going on. By the way, I was just wondering, do you like Italian food or do you prefer Mexican? And you might say, gee, well, John, I asked you about politics and you changed it to, food. Now, an intelligent person is going to get, oh, I understand. John doesn't want to really talk about politics or religion, so he's shifting the conversation. You have to be alert to those social cues. But instead, you press on and say, hey, John, I asked you about the president, and you're giving me some nonsense about, what food do I like? Mark, I'm trying to be diplomatic with you, and I'm trying to be courteous, but unfortunately it's not working, so I'm just going to ask you to please change the conversation. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, these are some very vital life skills that we all need to learn to keep our world a better place and help make you successful, and also let you not feel intimidated and not let other people feel intimidated or feel threatened or feel like they're uncomfortable or you're uncomfortable, because no one should feel that way. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you again today. And remember, when talk starts to get aggressive or uncomfortable, change the topic, leave the situation. It's your right. I also want to ask you to please go ahead and like, love, comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates, share this out with everyone you know on social media. Of course, click on the bell notification icon so you'll instantly be notified when I publish new content, and click on the subscribe button. And be sure to click on that PayPal button and make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or perhaps a savory plate of dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful. Those pennies and dollars will invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you to change your life. And remember, when you want to talk to someone, keep the talk friendly and not aggressive. And have yourself a great rest of your weekend.